Hello. Yo guys, welcome back to another video. Yes, we lost. Yay, celebrate now. So you know what, let's just cut to the chase very immediately. I know it was such a dreadful performance and I have a lot to say. So let's just get straight into it without any further ado. As you can see on the screen right here, this was the formation. Now, in an ideal scenario, I wouldn't have been very offended by it. Because we've just come off an international break. We haven't played club football for the last 2 weeks and Zinedine Zidane tries to bench. You heard me right. He tries to bench Casemiro. Now, I was very offended by that. I didn't like it one bit. I was not into it. I wasn't really particularly fond of the idea, considering that international breaks, considering that Real Madrid players do go for international breaks, and it makes everything a bit sluggish. It makes everything bullshit. It turns everything into absolute shit. Like, honestly, if I were to put this into perspective, I would say that Casemiro not playing was the #1 self-suicide we could have ever done. However, I'm a Real Madrid fan. I'm optimistic. I'm stupid. And so I thought, you know what? Maybe it's not going to be as bad as I think it's going to be. But you know what? I was proven wrong beautifully, man. Beautifully, I was proven wrong. Anyway, we're just going to skim through everyone's performance just like that. And I will also address another player who I thought shouldn't have played today. But you know what? Let's start with Thibaut Courtois. So Thibaut Courtois, I thought that he wasn't really at his best. He has been putting up class performances lately for Real Madrid all these last few match days. But unfortunately, he caused 2 massive tumbles in this game and I thought that he was off his game. But otherwise, if you just objectively see and just remove those 2 which could have led to goals, and fortunately they did not. But if you could see that Thibaut Courtois was okay, he was fine. He wasn't provoking me to vomit, but at the same time, it wasn't that bad. I'm not pissed off about it. Marcelo, man. Is Marcelo finished? I'm actually asking this seriously. Is he finished? Because whenever he walks onto the pitch, man, lately, every time I've seen him walk on the pitch lately, he puts a foot in his mouth, man. It's just an expression. Don't over imagine what I just said, okay? And think about it, just objectively think about it. So Marcelo, right, he plays on the left flank, someone who is as flamboyant as Marcelo going up the pitch. Would you expect someone like Marcelo to be so naive when he goes up front, man? On the contrary, I didn't want people to pass to Marcelo. Obviously, when Marcelo plays, you have this part and parcel where he leaves his position. He can't track back as he used to that much. He defensively leaves open gaps, and you have Casemiro who drops into center back and Ramos a bit to the left in order to compensate for the shortages that Marcelo brings to his game. So you'd have no Casemiro, you have Marcelo, no Forlan Monde. How did we think that this is an alright lineup, man? I'm actually quite disappointed by this lineup, man. Like, it really pissed me off, but anyway, we move. Talking about the center backs, I felt like Ramos was decent. 2nd minute stop. Oh, we're gonna react to it anyway in a while. But I felt like Ramos was not really good today. And very arguably, you could say that the only goal that we conceded was because of Sergio Ramos, because he lost his man. Speaking of Varane, I felt like Varane put up a solid performance again. When I say solid, it's like he was the best among that back line. And Nacho Fernandez, of course, not really much going up forward, and also not much impact on the game as well. Yeah, that's it. Speaking about the midfield, now I have something to say about the midfield. All 3 of them right there, trash. Ultimate trash, man. I've never seen Toni Kroos play that bad in the recent past. In a recent memory, I can't think of Kroos underperforming that much, you know. For the first time in my life, whenever I saw Toni Kroos touch a ball, I was actually scared. I was actually skeptical of what was going to happen from that point onwards. Because you could see that whenever Toni Kroos was trying to deliver inside the box, failure. No, you know it's not going anywhere near the net. And speaking about Luka Modric, man, looked very sluggish, man. Didn't offer anything going forward, no key passes. There wasn't even the slightest shade of him from the Levante game when he absolutely dominated the shit out of that game. There was no shade of that Modric tonight. And you know what? I really criticize him actually starting tonight, man. He just came off an international break, played, 2 or 3 for Croatia. And why did he still start tonight? That is what I'm asking. And Isco, man. I think I have to have a serious chat here. Is Isco even eligible to be a Real Madrid player? Like, let's be honest, let's be serious. Does Isco offer anything to this side? Because all he did is distribute the ball to the opposite flanks, and that's it. No key passes, hardly managed 3 to 4 dribbles, and so many misplaced passes and so many ball losses, man. And that's not something you expect from a guy who's supposed to engineer your attacks. If anything, he was just being the architect to every kind of ball loss. If anything, he was being the spark to Cadic's transition play. Like, it's so frustrating, man. I don't feel like Isco of the past is there anymore. And there is a reason why Luis Enrique keeps dropping him every time, man. There is a reason why Luis Enrique doesn't take Isco that seriously for his Spanish squad these days. I wasn't really pissed with Isco getting picked because I like Isco personally. But Isco hasn't been convincing at all. He's been slow, if anything. Speaking about that front line, I feel like Karim Benzema, Lucas Vazquez, Vinicius Jr. all literally like 5 out of 10 performances. Let's demote Lucas Vazquez to a 4 out of 10. Lucas Vazquez is the only pick you could find on the right. I know that Zinedine Zidane is a fan of these squad rotations and shit. And honestly, I respect that, but to a certain extent only. You can't just keep fiddling around with different lineups, man. Where will be that consistency? Where will we fixate on a lineup that, yes, this is Real Madrid? You know what a Real Madrid classic lineup was in 2016 to 2018? Ronaldo, Benzema, Isco, Kroos, Modric, Casemiro, Carvajal, Marcelo, Ramos, Varane, Keylor Navas. That was the signature lineup. I know rotating many squads says a lot about squad depth. And you know what? We did have a lot of it in 2016-17 and 2017-18 as well. But here, it's clearly because one lineup doesn't work and we're immediately shifting to the next one. And on the right, even if you were going to squad rotate this much, which isn't really required in my opinion these many times, Lucas Vazquez was the number 1 pick to go on the right, especially after a 2-week international break. Are you... Oh my god. I know that Asensio didn't offer much as he came onto the pitch. I know that, but Asensio could have started at least. He would have at least created a better impact than Lucas Vazquez, who did nothing but only misplaced passes and failed deliveries into the box. Vinicius Jr. was kept very quiet. I felt like Cadiz played an amazing game, man. I don't think people are giving too much credit to Cadiz, to be honest. I keep on addressing Real Madrid's failures here, but the number 1 thing that we all should address is how good Cadiz has been, man. Very strong defensively. They didn't even let Real Madrid have a sniff of goal. Always kept the Real Madrid attackers offside, which says a lot about how aware and how fast we were on this very day. They took full advantage of a sluggish Real Madrid, very good in transition, and ultimately buried us in the first half itself. If you watch the first half, you would literally think it's Cadiz in a Real Madrid disguise. Anyway, speaking about the substitutes, there was a panic substitution from Zinedine Zidane where he suddenly brought on like 4 players. I respect it. I actually thought it was quite sick because I thought it's high time that Zinedine Zidane actually realizes that what he's done and what he's experimented hasn't really worked, and all the players that I wanted off the pitch were actually off. I feel like that was one good thing that happened last night, with Lucas Vazquez gone, Isco gone, Modric gone, and ultimately Sergio Ramos gone because he suffered a knock. However, he didn't have the biggest performance as well. But you know what? I'll talk about the substitutes as we watch the highlights right now. We'll just be reacting to the key moments. If Toni Kroos was actually trying to assist Negredo, that was actually sick. That was actually sick. I can't even fake it. But you know what? Sergio Ramos, very sick awareness, man. Like, oh my god, that was really sick. Like, I literally shat myself when I saw that immediate 7th minute chance, man. Like, what? Was that 7th minute? I think it was 3rd minute, definitely. Dude, exactly my point, man. Thibaut Courtois was being challenged from the very first 20 minutes itself, and here we are taking shots like this. Like, oh, and I also have to talk about Benzema, man. Benzema, oh my god. See, the thing is, right, I have to address this, and I will say this, okay? I have to say this and I have to address this, okay? See, the thing is that Benzema is getting older and older, and the reliance on him has to stop, okay? It works until a certain extent, but if we don't start believing in Luka Jovic soon enough, it's going to be L's all over, man. Like, I'm not even kidding when I say this. Benzema is an excellent servant, I get it. But he's not a good number 9, man. Not anymore, at least. I've seen every Real Madrid game until this point. You can't say that Benzema plays as a good number 9, man. It doesn't work like that. Please. You know what the mad thing was? That after the whole 90 minutes happened, they actually had more shots on target than we did. And I think we had our first corner in the... Oh my god. Yo, Cadiz literally buried us, man. Oh my god, they literally buried us in the very first 20 minutes. And yeah, this was goal number 1 to Cadiz, and yeah, you could definitely say that Real Madrid's lapse of concentration resulted into this. I mean, you never see Sergio Ramos commit mistakes like that, can you? I mean, I wouldn't anyway. It's not very often that I see Sergio Ramos committing stupid mistakes like these. And he also suffered a knock. I hope he's okay for Shakhtar and Barcelona next week, because if he isn't, then it's a 5-1. It's a 5-1. Dude, what was this? Dude, they're taking attempts just like it's nothing. Oh my god, dude, if the attacker like had better credentials and he was played for a better team, I swear that's 2-0. And I don't know what Isco was doing. Like, he was such a brick, man. I don't feel like Isco has it in him anymore. Like, he hasn't impressed anyone with his latest performances. Same cannot be said about Modric, because Modric was really class in some of his last few games. But Isco, someone has to tell me what this Isco situation currently is at Real Madrid. It doesn't look very promising. Trust me. Yeah, second half, Asensio came on, Fede Valverde came on, Casemiro came on, and Militao came on. I would say that we leveled up, but not enough for us to win the game. No way, man. No way. There was no intent. There were no clear-cut attacking chances. There is a disadvantage, you know, whenever you try to integrate Valverde into this equation of trying to create more chances, it doesn't really add up very quickly as it does with Modric, you know. Fede Valverde is an excellent counter-presser, and he recovers the ball well, fights well, has a great work ethic. But if you talk about quality of chance creation, he isn't really there, to be honest. That's not his role, and he's not expected to do that, even though he sometimes is put in a situation that he's expected to. But also, what really pissed me off is the caliber of Real Madrid attackers and that kind of player straying into offside positions, man. It made no sense. And I don't know what Vinicius was doing as well. He was just blasting shots left, right and center, but none of them on target. There is one crazy chance that I puked as soon as he missed, man. As soon as he missed, I literally puked. I'm laughing now because it's almost 15 hours later. But not 15, definitely not 15. That doesn't matter, but I'm just... I would say that the international break causes a bit of sluggishness, and the same thing happened with Mallorca last season. Substitutes did what they could, but I think the standout player and substitute, even though he didn't play 45 minutes, is Casemiro, because Casemiro literally put this team into a good structure as soon as he came on. He literally made Real Madrid realize what football is. But anyway, I'd like to end with this, okay? For those of you who think that Real Madrid will go all the way with challenging for a lot of silverware, don't keep your expectations, okay? I myself am not keeping expectations. I will watch the Champions League, but don't even think of the slightest possibility that Real Madrid might actually win it, because they won't. They actually won't. Please, they won't. Listen to me, they won't. I feel like it's a big W if they cross the quarterfinals. This team, if they cross the quarterfinals, it's a big ass W, man. 2021 is the year where major reinforcements happen, and then we can speak about facts and figures. Only then we can talk about, okay, what's next in store for Real Madrid as a European supergiant. When we try for Mbappe or Camavinga or Upamecano or Haaland, who knows? Who knows where we are going to go in 2021? But 2021 is the year that a lot of things fall into perspective. This, I feel, 2020/21 season is a stepping stone, and all of you just treat it like that, okay? Anyway, I'll see you again. This was a trash performance as well. and commentary videos are coming on the channel. I won't be doing only Real Madrid stuff. I'll be doing these post-match Real Madrid reviews kind of stuff. I really love them a lot, and some of you actually love them quite well. I'm bringing a non-face cam commentary video series. Not like a series, but you'll see it anyway. You'll see it anyway. I'll be bringing it into action very slowly. And also, do check out the Among Us Footballers edition, which will be dropping next week. Okay. Anyway, I'll see you in a bit. Take care and
I try to sleep.